Hello everyone, the December Review here, back again with a movie review. Womp Stomp Films brings us another tale in its Friday the 13th fan series. This time, Never Hike in the Snow. Tommy Jarvis is back, and will he put an end to Jason Voorhees for good this time? Let's check it out.
You're making a big mistake, Sheriff. Cuff him. Don't act like you don't know what's going on.
Never Hike in the Snow follows Mark Hill, a hiker in the woods who finds himself on the wrong side of Camp Crystal Lake. Jason Voorhees stops by to dispatch the teen as the sheriff and his deputy look for answers, while Tommy Jarvis himself scopes things out.
Good Jason. Good Jason.
Well, pretty much everything here will fall into the good department. This second installment of Womp Stomp Films' venture into the Friday the 13th fan-made film territory is brimming with classic Voorhees flair with a keen eye on production value. In 2017, they brought us the extremely well-made Never Hike Alone. Director Vincent DeSante did phenomenal work with the low-budget hour-long special, managing to bring back some old faces including Tom Matthews as the legendary Tommy, whose character was the focal point of the series during its prime 80s run in parts 4 through 6. The film was a great throwback for fans, with its included Easter eggs, and managed to hit all the right notes in tone, blood, and the score. Seeing as the actual rights to the franchise continue to be held up in the court system as the war battles along, under the fan-made banner, this crew has handcrafted 2 mini-films to tide the fans over. And if Never Hike in the Snow is any indication to what this company could produce with a standard budget, once the rights fiasco is over, it would make some sense to get these guys on the phone because they get what makes this series tick. And that's something that's been missing for a while now. The film can be broken down into segments. We have our intro where Mark meets Jason and the aftermath. It then shifts over to the sheriff played by none other than Vincent Costefaro, who fans will remember as Deputy Rick in Jason Lives. Well, he's leading the way now for the town and is back with his trademark lines in laser scope. He goes off to give the unfortunate news to Mark's mother Diana, played perfectly by Anna Campbell, that her son has disappeared. We get a little backstory on the family as the sheriff looks for clues. We then enter into a surreal moment where we are back at Jason's place. We see the familiar head of Pamela still lovingly displayed, and we get a visit from her as well. This point of the film was a surprise and done very, very well. By showing things from Jason's perspective, it managed to outdo in just a few minutes what the 2009 remake tried to do in its entire runtime. Bravo. We then officially meet up with Tommy, who is about to head into the woods, but is once again thwarted by the sheriff, who takes him into custody, setting up a funny nod to part 6.
Freeze it, psycho!
Now see what you've done. You made my deputy draw his revolver. He's been dying to try out his mail-order laser scope.
Wherever the red dot goes, you bang.
The film ends as the deputy goes into Jason's house, in a creepy and effective closing bit. There is a nice touch of seeing Jason's mask collection, including Roy Burns' gear from Part 5. The whole thing is quick and feels like it's over just as it's getting started. The score is top-notch, bringing back the familiar classic Friday the 13th bells and whistles. It really adds to the scare factor as you never lose sight that you are watching a Jason Voorhees flick. The blood is equally as good, as the film does manage to knock off a small amount of people in its short runtime. Those who do meet Jason get the axe in a creative and red-sauced way. The acting is well done as well, as everyone here plays it straight and gets real lines to work with. It's a joy to see Tom Matthews again. His fight and vigor is the same as it was back in 1986. The entire cast did a great job, and I would pay money to see them all back on the big screen down the road. The directing is well done as well. It captures the angles and atmosphere that the original films conveyed, while also having a bit of modernness to it during the ending. Bonus points for the stylistic moment between Jason and Pamela. The whole thing is shot well, with Jason being framed perfectly, whether it's a low angle or over the shoulder point of view shot. When he's on screen, you feel his presence, which is helped by the fact that he's not only behind the camera, but behind the mask as well.
I'm Sheriff Rick Cologne.
Is this about Mark? Do you have any information?
Really, the only bad thing to say here is that it's just too darn short. The whole thing clocks in at 31 minutes, but the story itself is right around 25. The extended credits allow for all the helpful names of donators who assisted with getting this production off the ground. They managed to get a lot in for those 25 minutes, but when it was over, I found myself thinking another hour of this would have been great.
You're not getting it, Sheriff. Jason's back. How many people gotta die before you wake up?
So overall, Never Hike in the Snow is an A+ effort, and for me, will proudly take its place in the canon of the series. The production value is high and the cast is a treat to watch. The short film manages to capture the spirit of the series while actually moving the Tommy Jarvis storyline along all these years later. It can be found on YouTube to watch for free, and for any fan of the series, I highly recommend the watch. I give Never Hike in the Snow 4.5 out of 5 stars. If you liked this video, make sure to subscribe to the channel for more, and leave your thoughts on the film in the comments below.